I believe that gender is a spectrum and identity can change throughout someone's life. Sometimes I feel like both. Sometimes I feel like none. I'm Sam. I'm a designer and artist living in Singapore. I first came out as a lesbian, and I'm currently exploring my transgender identity. It was hard growing up. I got called names and bullied a lot because I was different. I never identified as fully female growing up. In the LGBTQIA+ community here in Singapore, we have had our fair share of insults, abuse, and hate. Currently, we do not enjoy the same human rights as heterosexual couples and individuals in Singapore. I was acutely aware of the risks involved in being out. Most of all, what I felt was the fear that I had greatly disappointed my parents. I didn't want to hide such a large part of my life at home anymore.
So when the moment came when my mom asked me if I was lesbian, I thought I'm just gonna say now is now or never. And I said, what if I told you I was? And she said, you're not, Sam, you're not. And I was like, but I just kind of admitted it to you. And she said, all these things wouldn't exist if not for the internet. And after that, it was pretty hard.
My dad did not talk to me for about 3 months. It was hard for my mom because she was the one who kept everyone together. And that was the hard part because it's not just about me disappointing my parents. It was, how are they gonna deal with it? And I have to think about that too. Over time, I started to learn more and realized that the gender description female is no longer how I identify. I recently came out to my parents as trans. At first, it was a bit hard for them to understand, and it took a while for them to process it, but they always maintained that they love me, and I'm really thankful for that. I came out on social media after having come out to my parents. Through doing this, I have met a community of people who feel the same way as I do. Coming out as trans is a relief. This is how I've always been. Looking back on my experiences, I can now make sense of who I am and how I got here. Fast forward to today, I'm engaged to my partner, and both our families are really supportive, which is not common in a conservative city like ours. I never thought that I would be able to get married because there is no marriage equality here, but because it is possible in other countries, for the first time, I feel closer to a reality I never thought I could experience. Growing up, I didn't feel represented in the media, nor knew of a trans masculine person, and trans people were often subjected to negative stereotypes. So in some way, I hope to lead by example, that my coming out will be helpful to someone like my younger self and help them feel a little less alone.